another fantastic episode of Ready to Die Fighting. I'm Kris, and today I wanted to share with you a drill I've been working on for about, probably about a week, and it's with a firearm. So the things are definitely opening back up, but maybe you don't feel comfortable going to the range, or maybe you don't got the money, whatever. There's a ton of things that you can practice in your home with your firearm, or even with a toy or an airsoft gun or whatever, that's going to help you be more comfortable and more competent with your pistol. So I'm going to share one of the things that I've been working on. So first things first is you make sure that you are not loaded. There's absolutely nothing in there. We're good. This is safe to use. Safety is even on. Look at that. So, and this is a really simple thing, but it's just switching hands. I just sit when I'm watching TV or something like that, watching some YouTube videos, whatever. I just practice switching hands. Sometimes doing one hand, sometimes with the grip going both ways. Boom, boom. And I just want to get really comfortable with this. Now, why? I'm not practicing shooting with my left hand. I'm right-handed because I'm not at the shooting range. But before you can shoot, you need to be comfortable holding it, right? That makes sense. So baby steps. Shooting with the offhand is weird. Get comfortable holding it and getting a good grip with your offhand first. And there's a few reasons why I'm practicing this. And what really inspired me, like I had heard other people talk about, I was like, well, you never know, you might get shot in your hand, or that hand might be compromised in some kind of way, injured, or if you're in your car and say the car's crashed. I saw a video just a couple days ago, a crazy story, a guy's car flipped over some hijackers. It looked more like a hit to me, or an attempted hit. The car rolled and everything, and he was still able to shoot. What if his arm was pinned in the seatbelt, or, broken or whatever? He was still needed to defend himself. These people were still coming after him, and he did that. I don't know if he uses offhand or not, but that's a possibility. And that's the argument that I typically heard for why you should learn to shoot with your offhand. It wasn't enough to convince me. I'm like, I feel like the chances of me being in a gunfight are really low. The chances of my dominant hand being injured in that gunfight and me still needing, I just felt like there was too low of a possibility for that for me to spend a whole lot of time on it. But the something that occurred to me is what I have been working on is grappling with the firearm. Not necessarily with it, but I'm thinking of the idea like if I was being attacked, I would more than likely rely on my hand skills first, and to try to create space or to control the person and then go for the firearm. If they're too close, I'm not going to try to go for it. I feel like that's at that point I'm not going to be able to get to it if they're too close to me. So I've been practicing this idea of grappling first and then getting the firearm once I've gotten some space. But it occurred to me, what if they get to it first? What if they have one? What if I drop it and I need to pick it up? And let's say it falls on the ground on this side, or even, because normally if I'm setting a gun down, I set it down this way so that I can pick it up with my right hand. What if it falls this way? That's kind of awkward and hard to pick up. I'm going to pick up with my left hand and then switch hands, and that's a lot happening. But I don't default to picking up a gun with my left hand, certainly not this way. Or if it's on that side and I need to reach or dive for it, grab it real quick. That seems far more likely, dropping the gun during a scuffle and wanting to pick it up with my left hand, and probably instead of switching hands, just shoot with that hand. That makes a lot more sense to me. That seems far more likely, in my opinion. The other thing is, if I've had to clear my house a couple of times now, that's a pretty high probability. And something I've noticed is going around corners can be a bit awkward at times. So pretend like this is, whatever. If I'm going this way, I can kind of peek here and just show a little bit of myself. I can even show even less of myself like this, and I can shoot. I can see myself, and I could shoot myself on the screen, and you can see just a very little bit of me, right? But going on this side, I have to reveal a lot more of my body, and I don't have it. This is hard to do. Like if I wanted to shoot somebody who's more that way, like it just doesn't, my wrist only bends that far. That's tricky, and it's awkward, and I have to reveal more of my body. I'm losing significantly more concealment, and I'm in a much more awkward position this way than I am this way, right? But if I just switch hands, now you can only see a little bit of me, and I'm pretty comfortable. I can adjust here and here and in both directions, and just by switching hands. And so I like that a lot. I like that a whole lot. So that's what's inspired me to work on switching hands, being comfortable with this, and so that it's automatic. If I'm clearing my house, I'm listening, I'm looking, my heart rate is higher, I'm thinking about which rooms I need to go to and angles to slice that pie. I'm thinking about a lot of different things. Where could someone hide? Where are like the hot spots? I don't want to have to stop and think, okay, how do I switch my hand? How do I grip this? Where do my fingers go? I don't want to think about that. I want to automate that. If I can sit there and watch TV and just switch over and over again, if I can have a conversation, talk to you guys, and just switching hands and making a comfortable grip here, then that means I should be able to clear my house and not have to think about this. And I'm coming around that corner, I should be able to do that. Switching to this side, do that. And I want this to be super natural and comfortable, not thinking about it. And I want this trigger finger to be just as automatically going right here, not touching the trigger until I'm ready to, as much as the right one is. And that was something I really had to focus on. I found that when I switched hands, this finger would often go inside that trigger guard, even just by accident. Even though I was keeping it straight, it would end up like right there sometimes. So I really had to work on that. It took a couple days for me to get this where it could do that. And so now I'm happy with that. And so now that I can comfortably switch hands, now I can start working on trying to get a good sight picture and really practicing that. Now that's the trickier part, because I'm right eye dominant and right-handed. I'm sorry, left eye dominant and right-handed. So this is the part I still have to figure out. So if I cant the gun just a little bit, it's weird. I can actually see myself, so it's like I'm looking down the barrel. Then canting it like this, it brings the sights over to my right eye, and I can aim pretty well. But coming around a corner right there, if I can't, then I'm bringing my arm out and I'm exposing myself a little bit more. So I do have to figure that out a little bit, and there's definitely more stuff to work on. But that's the first step. So this is just one of the many things you can work on without going to the range, without firing a single bullet. Just do this. Just do that. If you're not there yet, just pick it up. Say you're a beginner, just picking it up. Just pick up the gun. Practice holding it, getting a good grip, and put it on the table. Pick it up safely. Make sure you're not pointing it at anything that you're not willing to destroy. Make sure you're doing that. Just little stuff like that. You can just practice, get more and more comfortable. So, all right, I'm going to end this one there. Make sure you're practicing. Make sure you're being safe. Follow those safety rules all the time, 100% of the time. Keep training. Stay safe. Have fun. Like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video.